Made the first pick Pantheon. Kanavi's going to be okay this game. I think my beef with Pantheon has been you have to be able to win the front line. The fact that he has an Alistar or Jace is going to be tanky enough for Pantheon to look in. His bot lane has been really doing their best to push heavily, and Kanavi at level 3 is going to be the stronger jungler right now. So I think him finding Beishwan could be quite nice.
And we're already seeing Cream get some push here. There's the power of that early game rise now on this new patch. And Kanavi jumps over the wall with the blast cone and will steal away that Raptor or that Wolf camp. But now could be collapsed upon here as the bot lane of BLG is going to be here first. Kanavi is in some trouble right now. He's able to flash towards Cream, and Cream's going to go forward with the Rune Prison of his own. The Comet Spear from downtown will secure first blood for TES.
Knight being level 2 made a difference in Kanavi.
Potential Dragon Timer with Beishwan now into that bottom side jungle once again, but it could be a dive. In effect, is on again, doesn't have the flash, gonna get jumped on here by Kanavi.
Cream's here.
And here comes the knockup again. Chris gonna take the entirety of that turret aggro first. The Unbreakable doing so much and allowing for Elk to pick himself up a double kill, and Kanavi's trapped underneath the tier 1 turret. Not gonna find the Ezreal. It's a tower shot will take him down. Not a good play from Top Esports there as BLG finds 3 kills. That's a terrible play.
They lost their damn mind, Grapes. What are they doing with the dive? They didn't drop the aggro. So when Chris went back in, I'm okay if he's going in to pretty much sell himself to make the play, but the aggro didn't drop. It didn't reset on the minions, so it was fully heated up. That's not the full court press we're used to seeing, as they kind of fumbled in the backcourt there.
It was an 8-second violation, yeah.
They turned it over the backcourt. Yeah.
They spent way too long going for that play. And again, Elk didn't even have to burn a summoner spell to now pick up 2 kills for himself. And now head over to the mid lane as the Weaver's Wall is coming out from Knight. Target could be Crisp, who does not have the flash. However, they're actually buying a lot of time for Kanavi to arrive. Crisp will be taken down as Elk goes on a killing spree here early in game number 1. And there's nothing Kanavi can do about it. So the Knight's not going to be able to do any damage on him with the Aegis being up.
I think it's enough, though, just with the positioning they have in the waves, where they're going to hit this and melt it. As TP coming in. This Dragon's going to go over, but you got to believe there's a fight coming in after.
It's a little too late for Kanavi to be jumping in. Chris going to try to find the engage, but it's matched by the Arcane Shift from Elk. And in goes Cream, but he might have sent 369 to his doom with the Realm Warp. As it's 5 members strong for Top Esports, going to be able to knock in Beishwan and take him down. And a 2-man Pulverize does come through from Chris with the Unbreakable Will on top of him. But now Bin is here. The Equalizer separating the fight. And Jackie Love's able to get a kill onto Elk. And Kanavi flashes under the tower to get a kill onto On. So far a 2-for-1 in favor of Top Esports. Knight forced to flash away, and Bin running for the hills as well. Top Esports get the fight, but the Dragon goes to Bilibili.
Yeah. Hold on. We're hunting?
Do we know that he's in the bush? Are we going to spot out Knight? Oh, Weaver's Wall comes out. It gets canceled, though, and the Comet Spear takes him down. Kanavi with kill number 4 in this game.
And that just might be the Herald dropped, as Chris is going to have to reset. And yeah, it looks like Top Esports returning to some of these waves.
Oh, and look at On trying to cancel some of the bases as well. Making sure that Top Esports don't have the opportunity to reset. Also, don't want to go for the fight either. The Weaver's Wall going to block him in. Actually send Chris into the pit. Kanavi not going to be able to get over there. So it is Beishwan securing himself the Rift Herald. Cream doing some damage into the front line. Locket already popped by On. Here goes the Ball Breaker forward. Jackie Love has been collapsed upon the Realm Warp. Going to send Chris into the Pulverize. Doesn't find a single target. Now Bin on the back line. Going to be collapsed upon by Cream. He has a lot more HP and a lot more work to deal with. But on the other side of the fight, it's BLG winning out. And Bin's going to yeet himself out with the teleport and say, CY at sign, baby. Beishwan forcing his way underneath the tier 1 turret. Kanavi at 200 health, and Top Esports mid jungle in a severe amount of trouble here.
Oh my god, Chad Gigabin is back in a way that I wasn't expecting. The TP out. What was that? Cream's going down too as the TP coming in. That's not going to save Cream in time. BLG, they find the objective in the fight win off of a really hectic fight from Top Esports where Elk was able to just beat actually, and then Bin just 1v3. Able to zone out the rest of Top Esports, and then I was like, is that a spectator bug? What's going on? No, he hit the yeet button. He's out of there, man. Get me back to the turret. Bin was calculated.
As well as the Trinity Force, I mean, we've already seen the amount of poke damage he was able to do onto Crisp to start that fight before the Rift Herald was initially aggroed, and now we're going to see maybe some more power from Elk as everybody collapsing upon Jackie Love and taking the Kaisa down in the mid lane.
I got to say, I know that we kind of put up spotlight on Jackie Love as a player that, I mean, one of the best ADs that LPL has to offer, but hasn't been in the form that we're used to seeing from Jackie Love. That last fight, he burned both the summoner spells for really nothing. So seeing him get locked up there by a good Vitalia play from Beishwan and Knight, well played by BLG, but that play pretty easy to make when Jackie Love is down flash, down cleanse.
And, you know, the cooldown might be a little bit longer on the cease and desist compared to just the jump forward here for Kanavi, but the value all the same. As we saw Jackie Love get melted before he could do anything about it. Now BLG, they took the top lane tier 1, and it looks like they're going to try to continue the play here as Top Esports go forward with the Grand Starfall from Konami, and it results in 369 picking up a big shutdown.
Beishwan, he ditched the team in. That was the right call. Good play to give a mid control with Elk having the late base. And we're going to have to see. They're going to pull this one fast. No one's behind them yet.
Again, it's a soul picked up for BLG if they can secure this dragon, but Konami wants to make sure that does not happen. The Grand Starfall already being issued, but the seismic shove does connect on to Cream, who's already half HP. There's a cease and desist. It's on a Jackie Love, but he killer instincts away. The soul secured for Bilibili Gaming, but can they win the fight? It looks like they will. Off of Knight's seismic shove, finding 2 more members. Cream's the last remaining survivor. It is a 5-for-0 ace as Bilibili Gaming grasp control of game number 1.
What a mess of a team fight from BLG. Both junglers weren't even in the pit to smite down the soul, but Beishwan was playing for the fight, and he played it damn well, as Knight in the back half was the shining light for BLG. That's an Ocean Soul secured, an Otacon secured, and surely a game 1 that is too big to break if you're Top Esports.
And the scaling is good for top, but I don't know if it's going to be enough against an Ocean Soul and Otacon, and now a 3,000 gold lead here for Bilibili Gaming. The hottest
Cream, as he gets stuck early on. And yeah, I mean, Konami got in there, but just wasn't able to connect it with a smite. And we got to return to live. Beishwan, he doesn't have ult, doesn't have flash. He might be going down. TP coming in.
Oh, Bin's here, though. Beishwan's still alive. It forces the flash out of 369, and that's going to be the signal of his demise as the teleports came in from Knight, and Bin was here as well, resulting in that 1-for-1 trade that you're going to take so far. If you're BLG, Cream still looking to go forward. The flash in on to Knight is not enough. And Knight is going to survive, and Jackie Love is now 1v1ing Bin with a 3-level disadvantage, and it's going to be BLG gaining control once again. 2 aces in 2 goddamn minutes for BLG.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Top's flipping, and those flips not coming up their way. They take down the newest member of BLG in Beishwan, but BLG going to take a whole hell of a lot more than that. I mean, man, taking inventory of this game, Grapes. It feels like Jackie has been pretty invisible.
Hasn't done too much. I mean, he got a couple of early kills on the Kai'Sa, like in the mid lane there, but starting off from that dive, really setting himself up for failure there as Elk has had his more aggressive picks with more agency that he hasn't actually been as strong as the Jackie Love that we know and love for the most part. And that's been one of the big reasons why Top Esports has maybe not looked as strong here so far in the splits. It's going to be 369 going down again. Konami going to basically ult straight to his downfall here. As BLG find 2 more kills, and this game's getting out of hand quick.
That was you see Top Esports, they're throwing a couple curveballs at BLG to try and win this one, but not looking like there's any hope here this game 1. As, again, just kind of wait until the Fat Lady sings, a.k.a. the Elder Dragon's going to spawn to the buck 50. And Baron Buff going to be in tow for BLG as they try to take that one down. Jackie Love going to get a pity prize in the bot lane. That's a lot of gold, thanks to the pity prize, but... Oh, nice. That's going to be a lot more gold going to BLG.
To injury there. Yeah, Elk's going to now have a 3-level lead over Jackie Love as Top Esports are getting collapsed upon in their own base and need to do something about it, otherwise the game will just end on its own. But it looks like the game's going to end nonetheless, as it is Konami getting chunked out and taken down by Knight for the first casualty in the fight. Chris going forward. It's going to be the killer instinct from Jackie Love looking to find some sort of trade, as they do find the kill on a Beishwan. And Bin is a little bit collapsed upon right now, but Knight's just too dang strong in this mid lane. On this Talia pick, it's going to be 2 inhibitors going down with the Baron buff in hand, and it could be more soon. As the seismic shove does find Jackie Love. Rylai's having an immediate impact here on this new patch. Elk going forward, looking to put the finishing touches here on this game number 1, and there's nothing that the soul laners of TES can do about it. In 28 minutes, it is BLG into the base of top, and looking for revenge off of playoffs last year, looking to repeat what happened in the regular season. As into the Nexus they go, it'll be a game 1 victory for BLG on red side of all places.
A great game from Lucian. Your ability to try and play around the MF Azir, it can be really nice, but this is going to be about burst ability for BLG. You don't want to... We're feeling pretty good there. It's Beijing
high
nice
energy.
And loud.
Jackie Love. Oh, he gets knocked up for the crash down. Immediately followed up by Elk. Wow, that forces the flash away. 2 members underneath the tower. And first blood picked up for BLG. Jackie Love just did not see...
This split, and frankly, since he started hoisting these trophies in the league, Grapes.
Yeah, it's been... I think this is like year 6 of Knight just being at the forefront of everything LPL mid lane. It's been a decade of night here, to say the least. As another engage comes through from Jackula, forcing the cleanse here with that Q, but Kanavi has pads down here, so going to continue the play at least a little bit longer. As Kanavi does have the W and the flash combo to try to gap close here on going forward. The audacious charge lands onto the rail, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but the support's falling. But that's net positive for Top Esports, as they'll be able to push this wave on in.
It's fed over to Jack.
Wait for Elk because they know that Kanavi is here as well.
This is spotted.
Yeah, the Ardent Blaze already coming through. Kanavi going to be the target. Crash down lands on top of him. He's forced to flash away at 300 HP. Not a ton of damage to follow things up. And it's just going to be Crisp and Kanavi on the run.
Dropping away.
Waiting for On's next proc of the W. That crowd control does land, and the Feats of Warfare secure for BLG.
Well played by BLG.
I mean, this should mean like a dragon could get secured here for Top Esports if they are able to play things out well. But for now, it's not looking too good for them, as Bin actually hits level 6. And Crisp could be in some trouble with On the way as well. Dodge away from the stun, but there's just way too much DPS. The Maiden doing some work, and Bin will get on the board as well.
Be favored. And again, like with his composition, I mean, we've seen a lot of this style of comp with MF Scion, your ability to rotate.
Talked about 4 TES in this one, being the Scion, the Misfortune, the Azir. That's where they're going to be at their strongest. But BLG love to skirmish, and they have level 6 on Beishuan right now, which means they can go for the grubs. Another nice engage from On. Kanavi popping the Crescent Guard, looking to try to collapse on a Knight. He has to flash away. The bullet time going to come through from Jackie. It does work, and Beishuan will drop as Top Esports find the fight that they might have been looking for. On going to drop as well. A double kill in for Cream is still alive. Charm only landing on a Kanavi. And Jackie Love going to force him away with a full HP bar and some double love. The pressing attack already doing a lot of damage on a Knight. And he's forced to pop the W and escape. The flash forward to the cleanse. Jackie Love popping off in the mid lane and getting the kill on a Knight.
Steps that Cream still has to make. I mean, they're going to come in international tournaments, right? I just don't think that we've seen Cream have an effective champion pool big enough to compete at the highest level against the diabolical mid laners that LCK always seems to send to international tournaments. You've seen Bin actually get the Maiden back up, but the fact that he hit E, yeah, it means you're kind of stuck on Scion. This could be a Maiden kill. And that's a 2-minute cooldown.
Well, if he needs it.
Yeah.
Not actually using it. Actually looking to go for the fight. Hey, hold on. 369 went back to base.
Kanavi might be in trouble.
We're just leaving Kanavi out to dry here, as Bin still has the flash. He can just follow, maybe
here
with a Q.
Oh,
so
Scion
Kanavi, with a little bit of greed here, could be in some trouble. They're going to dash back in onto On. A fully charged top lock but is not enough. It's 369 now with the flash away. Too much time trying to take down the Maiden, but it could result in the fight beginning. It's a 2v4 set up here for BLG.
What is this?
Into the cage he goes. It's going to be 369 going down. Knight getting the kill. And now Cream's going to get caught up, landing on the charm. The Emperor's Divide only sending Bin back. He dashes away. The culling coming out. Finally, Jackie Love going to be alive, but it's going to be all too late. He gets caught up by the Magnet Storm.
What?
And Top Esports die one by one.
Top Esports, what was that? Why are I don't get why we're sending ourselves in for the Maiden. That was the most valuable Maiden of all time, as Ben sacrifices his wife to kill everyone else on the side of Top Esports. This is where you're strongest is MF, but the fact that he's trying to get in here, On just one-shots him because he used space well, got his cooldowns back. Bin's down flash. He's probably going down here, but still, there's a lot invested by Top Esports. What else can BLG get as 4 people are top?
See, this is what you do. You send everybody at the same time to take down Bin.
Yes.
This time he didn't have the Maiden set up for himself, but regardless, you're going to take a nice trade here for top. This is classic Scion gaming. You know, we're chilling.
He knows more than me. That's fine. I do think that there is an opportunity like Ahri Lucian again. If we're not bursty as BLG, there is some potential for Top Esports to win out on these long fights. Because Rylai's Crystal Scepter, we saw the ability that Talia had to really space things in the last game and how good that was. In this game, really feel like Cream can do the same for his team and trying to really punish Ahri and Lucian, who are pretty low range when
we don't have that Ryle as yet, which means the collapse can come through for BLG. They use the Rift Herald to pick up the tower, and they're also going to get a kill on the Crisp. But now Kanavi, he smites away the Herald, make sure that escape route is not in essence. And here comes Knight with the teleport. Going to be a little bit overextended, but there's no numbers right now for top. So BLG going to get out scot-free despite being a little bit out of position.
A lot of these dragons have been taken on time, too. BLG, once again, on time to this one. Cream has a base and a TP available. He's going to go mid. As BLG, I don't know if they can stick this one. They're trying to let Bin get control of bot, but he's not here.
They got a teleport out of Cream, and he's going to issue some poke on tonight right now. Bin and Beishwan on a flank. A Magnet Storm comes through and lands on a 3 from On. As here goes the fight. Cyclone coming through from Beishwan, doing so much work, but a big shuffle comes through from Cream. It sends 2 members straight to Jackie Love's awaiting arms, and Bin's going to drop in a 1v3 situation. Kanavi taking down Knight. Top Esports has arrived, and they pick up an ace in game number 2.
That was a huge fight. Cream picked up the Rywise there, and last out, or turrets, I should say, and Grapes. This game just slingshot back in Top Esports' favor.
It seems like we've done a little bit of this in the early game, but this feels, for the first time all series, that Top Esports
early on for that fight, he destroyed it.
And with BLG's main carries being an Ahri and a Lucian versus the Azir MF,
exactly.
You cannot go for these full 5v5s. You have to look for picks, find something before the full fight begins, and this could be a situation where a skirmish could occur, but Bin just gets one shot before Beishwan can do anything about it. On is here, will be able to land a nice crash down, but the bullet time already coming out. On presses the ultimate button a little bit too late, but finally the carries have arrived. It's going to be Night and Elk to try to save this team fight, and they will be able to get the kill on the Jackie 11. 369 forced to run for the hills. Not going to be able to get that decimating smash down, and BLG finally respond.
Yeah, Top Esports a little bit deep there, and I think it's no Cream, no win, frankly. As, yes, the start was great. They took down Bin early on. I just think that Cream is so damn important to Top Esports and their hopes to win these team fights. Fights where Cream is going to be there with the Rywise versus where he's not are going to be completely different. As On might be looking to try and pressure Cream here with the help of Elk coming in at the TP. If they're able to take down Cream, this would be significant.
The Sun Disc has been set up, but it looks like Top Esports not even looking for that one here. The Shifting Sand's going to send Cream away, and so Chris might just be the sacrifice. He uses Zenith Blade to try to escape. Really nice usage of that cage to try to lock Cream in. Crash down does land. Cream does not have a flash. Cream does not have an ult. Cream does not have a life. 1,000 gold to Bin.
That is significant. Right when it looked like Top Esports were taking control, they overextend on the top side. They take a fight without Cream. Then Cream gets hunted down, overplaying his hand in the side lane. These are the things that Top Esports did so well to get Seed 1, how they played out in sides and played their macro. BLG just punished them on both sides. And now
Kanavi, he's going to try to go for the steal, but a nice delay of the take here. It is going to be a fully charged Q, eaten up by Knight as he dashes straight to his demise. But it is still BLG with the numbers advantage. Jackie Love using the blast cone to try to get away, but Elk is just too strong. 7, 1, and 8 on this Lucian, and it allows for the Otacon and the fight to go BLG's way.
I mean, yes, the Lucian can't really damage the Scion, but it's about getting around the Scion. Who cares? And BLG this one. There have been a couple questionable plays and moments from Jackie Love. I know that he had one really good play around that grub fight, but I mean, he's behind. And Elk
also top lane. It's going to be the Dragon going over to Top Esports.
And this is going to be the tricky thing again. That's a really good find by Cream and Kanavi just to get the ult out at Night. And if Top
Esports, if they are able to control areas of the map here with Cream and Jackie Love.
It's a lot of info.
Catch out Jackie here, actually immediately popping the Cyclone, forcing at least a flash, if not more. Jackie Love might just be dead. That's Beishwan getting the kill. A beautiful find with the BLG jungler, right as Baron spawned.
Jackie Love didn't burn any sums. I don't think that he lives if he burns them. So at least he holds on, and it's a little bit too early for BLG to look at Baron, but they want more fights.
Another nice engage from On, and the culling will come through. Isolated situations for BLGs where they find success. They find 2 of them right there.
Falling apart at the seams again here, Grapes.
What happened? Things were going so well for Top Esports.
What a greedy base from Jackie Love. Like outside the brush, too.
Yeah. Jackie Love. However, he has been clutch. Even if he finds himself behind in certain games, if he's able to find the right angle, find the right team fight in the late game, it can still be a vintage Jackie Love performance, and we're going to have to see one soon. His Dragon spawning in 3 seconds. It could be the 3rd Infernal Drake here for TES and picking themselves up that Infernal Soul point.
Ooh.
Cream pops the Banshees of Night. That is a big cooldown already utilized here. The Spirit Rush forward. Charm does not connect, but Crisp getting singled out. Crisp was getting called, and Crisp going down to Elk. Beishwan coming through for the Cyclone. Cream uses the Emperor's Divide all too late, as On will collapse upon him, and Kanavi going to go down on the backside. Finally going to get one onto Knight. Elk dashing forward on the Jackie 11 will take him down with one more auto attack, but he just will be able to survive at least for a little longer. Elk waiting for a dash to try to keep himself up. The turret doing so much damage. The Ardent Blaze not doing any work. But it's going to be Jackie Love surviving, but now the base is in tatters as Bin's able to pick up an inhibitor on the backside of the fight.
And they don't care about the Dragon. They want to use their Baron to keep on pushing as the Maiden gets sent under the turret, but the damage has been done. Bin has secured an inhibitor, and they're looking for more.
Jackie still has his bullet time. They still have 369 as a big beefy frontliner, but it's going to be at least 2 inims going down without that Dragon being picked up. so BLG can retreat right back towards it.
When we get the replay, Alec has just been such a monster in this series so far. Grapes has that infinity edge now as we have grown to know and love in LPL, where the way that he's lanes is just a little bit too damn good for people to deal with. So,
okay, here comes the fight that they may have. Oh, he's trying to drift. Not finding the stun, but the Solar Flare will onto Alec. It's going to be Jackie Love finding a big shutdown as a big pick comes through for TES. Kanavi looking to control the play still. He dashes over with the audacious charge. Does have the Crescent Guard still to try to knock away one, but now the target's going to be Beige1 instead. He uses the W to get on out, waiting for another engage to come through from Cream, waiting for that shifting stance to come off the cooldown. The bullet time comes up. Beige1 does not have an escape, but Knight on the backside going to take down Chris. Cream going in on a 2v1 situation, but now Top Esports might have over-indexed a little bit here with Knight still at full HP and still having that charm availability. Dashes forward, not landing it in, but now Cream can go for the play himself, landing a lot of damage with those auto attacks and forcing Knight back to base.
Yeah, that play from Chris.
With a potential Soul Dragon up in a minute 30. It could be Top Esports coming back into this one, but look at Beige1. He found a potential flank. He dashes in, finds a knock-up onto Cream. The charm to follow as well. He's forced to go golden early, but he still has that ultimate at his disposal if he needs to use it. It finds 3 members. Kanavi's still massive on the front line, but here comes Bin, and finally the Yoriks arrive to the team fight that BLG can take control over. Sion's going to have to use the choo-choo train out defensively, and it's just going to be him in a 1v3. 0 chance for Top, as BLG going to take a commanding 2-0 lead in this best of 5. Former teammates going to be 1v1ing each other on that side lane, but it's going to be Bin and Elk to finish the job and send Bilibili gaming to match point.
Elk and On have been too damn big in this series, Grapes. Is that one
like that, but instead it's going to be the Aurora, so the more boring option, but a good composition nonetheless for BLG.
There was a lot of conditional CC that I think LeBlanc
for Top Esports. Jackie Love has not performed to our level that we need him to if Top Esports want to win this series, and so getting him off to a good start is big. Knight still has his flash and a lot of jumps at his disposal. Will use the flash to go over the wall. It's actually going to be matched by Kanavi, who lands the chop for a little bit of extra slows. Now with Knight having 0 mobility, it's going to be Cream dashing forward and picking up first blood for TES.
Great visit from Kanavi. They saw that his ward was on the bot side. He approached the Dragon now being taken by Beige1, as I feel like that's the option, or just what's up next is Knight. Good sidestep, and Cream
not finding too much, and Cream just goes down. The Fate Seal dodged away from. That was all too easy. Coming through for Knight.
Our boy just got fathered by the LPL GOAT Knight. I don't know what else to say there, Cream, but I fear that you got your Yone. Alta didn't have anything to snap back to, and that was a one-way trip.
And that allows for Beige1 to pick up that first Dragon.
With some of the frames of Yone, like with the Q3s and those likes. Speaking of Yone, Cream, so you can buffer this.
Round 2, and this time is Beige1 here first, getting into that bush perfectly. Hey, maybe that ultimate was a little bit unnecessary for Knight, but we're going to take the kill nonetheless.
I mean,
Jackie
between
Crisp to arrive here. With the threat of that enchanted crystal arrow, force him to go back, and now on the backside of things, a nice buffer from Bin with the public execution to make sure that Call the Forge God does not connect. But now without any extra mobility, it's going to be the pillar doing a ton of work on to Bin. Kanavi with the subjugate, going to continue to hunt him down with that pillar. One more chop will seal the deal as Top Esports even up that kill count at 2 for now. Teleport coming in from Knight to clear out this mid wave. And now 369, he maybe walked the wrong way on, flashing over the wall to make sure that a kill is imminent. And 369 will go down as the Feats of Warfare go towards Bilibili.
They couldn't get Callista involved in that one, but at least able to turn things around. Going on, Bin, of course, has access to the TP. He's going to win out on that side lane matchup and could play for this Dragon, too.
Yeah, Kanavi's top is gone.
Yeah. Oh.
Arrow. As the fight does begin. Oh, it finds it. On to Bin. Going to be matched up by the Fate Seal, but the damage still might not be enough.
Oh my God.
A solo bolo for Gigabin as he shakes his head saying, what the hell are you guys thinking?
From Top Esports, man.
Uncharacteristic so far, and they're going to find another play. They were on a ward, clearing that out.
Brother.
And Cream just disrespecting the might have been. Getting out of hand real quick, Cubby.
You know, it really feels like... Oh, okay, we got around the pillar. That was actually kind of cute. It really feels like the international hate watchers of Top Esports got their wish today. I'm so puzzled, Grapes, because it feels like throughout this whole split, we've seen Top Esports just kind of like ensure, like, no, we do deserve to be on that international stage, right?
Not yet. Not right now. There's still some work to be done for TES2.
They don't deserve to be on this stage. They deserve to be in the lower bracket right now, Grapes.
Well, They could be going right back down there. I mean, even in terms of their playoff performances going, like, based off of just a couple of days ago, they were up against FPX.
A lot of power down here at night. No TP. And BLG for sure see this one coming.
They need a win, and they need one quickly. They might find one here onto On. Fate Seal does connect here onto Elk. He has the bailout on top of him, so that means that Knight will be able to get one back. Here's the public execution forbid. It goes in onto the back line. Elk finally going to go down, and it comes right at the perfect moment. Call the force right in. Cream's at 1 HP. It gets taken down by the W over the wall by Beishuan, and it's 4 down already for Top Esports. This is a 3v1 opened up for 369. BLG controlling this fight around the Dragon, and they're going to get their third of the game.
Another Dragon secured. Been a big theme from BLG in this series too. It helps when your bot lane's playing well, but the Dragon control has continued for Beishuan in there. And this is not, I mean, first off, not the identity we're seeing from Top Esports, right? We talked about the early game or full court press as On's gonna go for this one actually.
And a huge between worlds from Knight as well. The weirding does so much damage. Chris is already dead. Bailout on to save him. Kanavi can't even find the kill onto the Renata. Cream going forward here with the bait sealed, but there's just not enough DPS whatsoever. It is a triple kill picked up for Elk, a 4th picked up for Knight, and 369's looking at everyone saying, what's happening, guys?
I mean, like, why are we taking these fights? You have Ashe, Seraphine, Yone. It feels so unwarranted that we're fishing like this as Top Esports. And yeah, poor 369, it feels like he's just been, like, him and Kanavi have played fine in this series.
At Soul Point, the soul spawning in 2.5 minutes time. And Top Esports know they got to go for a play quick, or else this game in this series is just over. They're going to go onto that tier 1 turret. Knight going to be taken down most likely, but able to dip, dodge, and away for a long time. Finally getting Kanavi the kill.
But what now?
They bought enough time for the rest of the team to arrive.
Yep.
Jackie Love in a lot of trouble. Ren is sending Kanavi down to 1 HP. And it should be the eventual wipe here of this team fight. 369 not able to find anything with that Ornhorn. And Beishuan just locking up all of Top Esports, putting them in a prison of their own mentals. As it's going to be another 4 kills picked up for BLG.
I mean, they're able to pick up 2 pity prizes, so actually slingshot some gold back, but I mean, the ugliness kind of continues here for Top Esports. As the thing about this team is that usually, like, their setups, how they play sides, like objectives, you can always see the idea. And I think that's what I'm most disappointed about in this game 3 is I really don't see the idea behind the majority of the plays we're seeing from Top. In a game where, again, I feel like time is not terrible for them. Like, you have a Trundle that steals stats. You have an Ornn. You can see what Yone can do in side lanes later on, but sadly, this is all Cream has done on the side lane.
Nice
he's going down.
From Vin. Yep,
like,
it's just...
What is this?
Hey, we're getting close to the 110 power spike BLG, right now. Unless Top Esports do anything about it. It seems like they're going to put all their eggs into the basket of this one team fight. Down 6,000 gold and looking for the engage. They finally knock up onto On, but there's not enough damage just yet. It's going to be the soul picked up here for BLG. Ornhorn finding 2, but Beishuan is still massive here on this front line in Between Worlds, doing so much damage. Knight dashes in. Public execution on a Cream will take him down once more. And Jackie Love isolated and executed by the side of Bilibili Gaming. It's going to be Knight dashing forward. Chris the final target. 5-0 ace picked up for BLG.
BLG, man, they look back. They're going to take this game and make it so that they have 2 opportunities to make it to MSI and EWC. And honestly, look like they're on the fast track to get back to form when it comes to them and Knight. And those 4 domestic titles straight that he wasn't able to find in Split 1. As this series that we had hyped up coming into the night, Graves, man, it's a library out there. I mean, if you're a Top Esports fan.
It's just over. I mean, Cream's up in 5 seconds, but the Nexus already exposed. The hottest team in the LPL, adding fuel to the fire here in a 3-0 sweep over the defending champions, Bilibili Gaming. Lock themselves a spot.